Today I want to talk to you about something that I consider to be critically important in the day and age that we live in, and that is the children, the next generation. It's a little bit of a touchy subject, isn't it? Because a really great friend of mine is doing a lot of work in the arena of supporting children, and you know, the sad reality is we are fundamentally failing the next generation, especially with things like social services, like support services, like actually really teaching our kids what's important. My daughter's been going through a really emotional time since she's been back at school because she was moved from the class with her other friends, with her friends that she's been with ever since she started school. And I hold my hands up. I didn't challenge it because I thought that maybe it would help her gain a little bit more confidence and it would help her embrace change in a different way, which is something that she does struggle a little bit with. Again, in her makeup, she's very much a creature of habit, and change isn't something that she really embraces well. So I was really feeling into trying to help and support her. It's kind of backfired on me in some ways because it's been a massive emotional roller coaster since last September when she went back to school. And you know what's really interesting is the views of others around this, in that, you know, approaching some people who have kind of said, oh, just leave it be, let it be what it is. And, you know, and then there's this whole piece around kids and emotion, isn't there? There's this whole piece around adults and emotion. I'm in the business of emotion. Our company, Rise and Shine Empowerment, is all about helping people to learn how to process emotions, be aware of their emotions, understand where those emotions are coming from. Because for years we've been taught that this mindset thing is king. And I don't know about you, but mindset never really worked for me. Mindset always got me in a bit of a pickle because it said just think it and it will happen, and think it and it'll be okay. And my experience so often was not that. So I got taught how to feel. My business partners, Tim and Tracy, created this amazing methodology, which is all about feeling. Trinity Coherence is about the think, feel, sensation way of dealing with this, rather than just focusing on the mindset. I mean, it's such a little bit up here, isn't it, when we got this whole body holding all this energy and all this emotion, and we need to listen to it. And so what happens more often than not, we hear that, you know, children struggle to you know, process their emotions, struggle with their emotions. And yeah, they do, because where in the school curriculum are we teaching kids about emotions? I teach my daughter about emotions, and I work with her on her emotions literally every single day because I'm a really conscious parent in that way. But the school curriculum doesn't support this, doesn't help children with this, isn't nurturing children in this way. And unless the child has got a parent like me that's doing that, and I'm still learning, then what happens? You know, children react and behave because of what they're seeing and what they're experiencing, and usually because they're struggling to cope. Yet we put this unrealistic expectation on them that they should just be able to cope with these things, that they should just be able to do this. And it's completely crazy when you break it down. They need our help and support, and the authorities out there more often than not don't listen to the children, are not listening to what they are saying. And actually, up to the age of about 7, kids only tell the truth because they don't know how to do anything else. Their brain isn't wired at that point for them to tell you lies. Yet, we've got this whole generation in front of us that are being let down, that need our help and support, that need us to reach out and to speak out and to start doing things to help them, to start being better parents. Are you a parent watching this, and do you have challenges with your child's behaviour? Maybe you need to have a look at your own behaviour. I sit here as a very conscious parent saying that I don't get it right every single day. I analyse though. I analyse how I showed up today as a parent and what I could have done better and what I can do differently next time. because it's so, so important. The reality is that historically we've demonized emotion, haven't we? We live in a world currently where in this country, in the UK, the main cause of death in men under the age of 35 is suicide. Now, if that doesn't scream a problem to you, I don't know what will. Because we have got all these adults that don't know how to do this, that are bringing up all these kids and then teaching them not how to do it. And then I see a video yesterday of some girl in America who, you know, is having a fit at her mum because she bought her a Tesla for her 16th birthday and she wanted a pink Mercedes. And, you know, there were some really interesting comments on this video. Ultimately, though, the kid was made like that by her mum. I'll be back. The buzzer's gone. I'll record. I'm back. The thing is, that parent made that kid that way. That parent has allowed that child to show up and behave in that manner. And I know what would have happened to me if I had been bought a brand new Tesla for my 16th birthday and told my mom that I didn't want it because I actually wanted a pink Mercedes. Yeah, it wouldn't have been the response that the mother was giving to this girl. Like I say, though, the thing is, we've created this. I mean, why the hell is a 16-year-old being bought a brand new Tesla? I don't care how much money you've got. It's really important to teach everybody the value of money and the value of things that you are given. I was watching an interview yesterday with Jay Shetty and Lewis Hamilton, and one of the things that they said at the end of the interview, Jay asked him if he could change something in the world and change it and make it kind of a new law, a new rule. What would it be? And Lewis said that he would ban billionaires. And I love that. I absolutely am with you, Lewis, because I would ban billionaires as well. Because why does one person need to have that much money? You know, we've got all this inequality on the planet at the moment. We've got people in poverty. We've got people that are not eating. We've got people dying of starvation. We have got people living on the streets. My daughter cries every time she sees somebody living on the street because it makes her so sad. She doesn't understand at 7 years old why people need to be homeless. And it doesn't matter how much I explain it to her. To her, it's unjust because people shouldn't have to be homeless. And she's absolutely right. There is no need for anybody on this planet to be homeless. Yet we allow this to happen. We allow this to literally go on every single day. Why? Because we have become a really broken race of people. And it's time for that to truly change. It's time for humanity to shift. It's time for these self-entitled kids to start learning some real hard life lessons about what life is all about. And do you know what? Money isn't it. Money doesn't fix anything. In fact, money causes more problems when you've got the wrong emotional attachment to it than you can even begin to imagine. And take that from somebody that's had a lot of experience in learning about this. Believe me, I've got a lot to share about what money can do to you when you handle it and when you have a connection with it that is not positive. So think about this. What can you do today that's going to create some kind of change? What can you do today that is going to impact children in a positive way? You know, I heard something recently where a child was excluded from school because they had an emotional outburst about a close relative that passed and they're really struggling to deal with it. I mean, seriously, listen to that sentence. They are struggling to deal with it. They had an emotional outburst and it was demonised. Why was it demonised? Because basically it was seen as bad behaviour. It's the kid screaming out for help. It's the kid saying, I don't know how to deal with this. Can somebody help me? Why have we made that bad? Why as a human race have we made it such a stigma to admit you've got mental health issues which are actually, in fact, not mental health issues at all. They're emotional issues. They are emotions held in the body. They are you telling yourself stories about situations, and some of them are true and some of them are totally untrue. But it's about you not knowing how to process those emotions, not how to deal with them, not being aware of what they are doing to you. Again, I was the biggest reactor ever until I learned through my gene keys that one of my biggest shadows to overcome is the shadow of reaction. You've probably heard me say many times before that my mom always used to say, you put your mouth into action before your brain goes into gear, Claire. And I used to. Absolutely. And I still do sometimes. But now I am far more aware of it. And I know when I'm going into reaction. I know when these things are coming up. So what are we going to do? How are we going to change this? Because together we absolutely can. And if somebody watching this knows Lewis Hamilton and you can connect us up with him, we would love him to be an ambassador for our business, because he has got the absolute total vibe that we are all about, which is about helping people and creating equality on this planet. It doesn't matter what colour you are, where you come from. Everybody's got a heart. We all live under the same sky. And we all are built to love. How about us making that the dominant energy on this planet? What do you think? Are you with me? Put some comments below. Share this video. Let's make this happen. Action creates more than you could ever imagine. I'll catch you soon.